Academics and celebrities are in Davos for the World Economic Forum as it kicks off this Wednesday. But what do the locals think of their quiet alpine town being transformed into the centre of global economics and politics for a week? Our team on the ground found out.
Davos is a small town, home to just over 11,000 people, but every year it becomes a center of global wealth and power. Locals, they've seen this event grow from just a few hundred participants to more than 2,500 today. The question is, what they make of all the fuss.
I think it's a good thing they get together to discuss things. But I think it's a bit expensive.
Aber ich finde auch, es wird zu viel ausgegeben dafür. Es wird zu viel betrieben.
The roads are snowy and you need to get to the dentist or the doctor or the Migros. It's a hassle. But that's not a bother for me.
The World Economic Forum has put Davos on the map, but there is a price to be paid. A huge security apparatus with 4,000 Swiss troops in and around town means it can sometimes be difficult to navigate. At the same time, the meeting is a huge boon for the local economy.
It's really important for us. During the whole week, it produces 20 million Swiss francs added value, so it's about 16, 18 million euros during the whole week. And of course, all the broadcasts during that week is a good advertise for our destination.
The World Economic Forum says that it wants this year's event to focus less on short-term crisis management and more on longer-term issues. Leaders will be put to the test to make sure that Davos isn't the only winner after this year's meeting.
All right, we'll have more from Davos throughout the week, and you can, of course, tweet your questions to our team on the ground there at hashtag F24Davos. To some good news now for car maker Renault, whose sales rose over 3% last year. It's thanks to recovery in Europe and a continued solid performance in the rest of the world, driven mainly by demand for the group's low-cost models. Claire Murphy has the story.
The Renault Group sold over 2.5 million vehicles around the world last year. Releasing its results in Paris on Tuesday, it outlined a total rise in sales of 3.1% compared to 2012. And after years of faltering numbers in Europe, Renault recorded solid results on the continent, cementing its 1/10 market share. Here in France, the new Clio became the best-selling car in the country with over 119,000 new registrations in 2013.
We again have a growing market share in France, which is great news. Unfortunately, last year this market was still in the negative. The end-of-year indications, though, are very positive, and we believe that the French market should have around 1% growth, but I hope it's going to be more than that.
Renault will also be upbeat that it has eclipsed its French rival with positive results. On Monday, Peugeot Citroën announced its sales had fallen by 5% year on year. However, on the downside, Iran did dent Renault's global figures. The Iranian market has been closed since July, meaning the group sold almost 65,000 fewer vehicles there than in 2012.
All right, let's take a look at how the markets are faring this Wednesday. And Wall Street closed down with mixed results. The Dow Jones is down on some disappointing results from blue chip firms, including Verizon and Johnson & Johnson. The Nasdaq up over 0.5%, and the S&P avoiding a third day of losses. In Asia, the Nikkei is in the red, but Hong Kong, Shanghai and Seoul in positive territory. That brings you up to date with the business news. It's time now to find out what's got people clicking, sharing and tweeting with your daily dose of web news.